Yeah, the lives end after an hour automatically. Let me shout you out too, dog. I fuck with you. Uh, Beamer, man. I see you, bro. Where Eli go? Nah, don't be in my comments. Some of y'all want to get in real estate the right way, nigga. You better go find somewhere else to take your motherfucking ass trying to promote. Nigga, I don't know you. You could be scamming too. Nah, you come in this motherfucker, nigga, you about to get no promotion. You gonna get blocked. That's about it. The hell you talking about? Niggas is crazy. Niggas is crazy, man.
What's up with it, homie?
Man, this shit crazy, ain't it?
This shit dumb. That's what it is. This shit dumb.
Hey, respect to you, man. I done seen your video. You showing love, man. Hey, mad respect to you, homie. For real.
Bro, that shit was overdue. I had did a whole video on that shit with you and, you know what I'm saying, the nigga who shall remain nameless, that tall, lanky nigga from up north. But I don't know. I put that video. That was my first, like, real edited video that I had put out. And as soon as I put it on YouTube, it got took down. It was like I had 3 views and this shit got took down. So I just said fuck it and went back to doing what I was doing. But then now, after seeing what happened with Greg, and I'm just like, all right, I was already putting out content to expose a lot of like how these gurus is putting out shit talking about you know, they doing this, they selling lifestyle, and they really not even making the bulk of their money from what it is they say they're doing. Like all these Turo niggas, all these Airbnb niggas, all of them, whatever. So I was already putting that content out, and then you did this, so I was like, yeah. And then I did your course like during 2021, and again, you seen the video, like the shit stands up. So when other people around me was asking me about it, I was just getting hit over and over and over and over and over again. Like, hey, are you gonna expose Tony? You gonna expose Tony? I'm like, I can't expose Tony. That nigga's the truth. So that's what made me lead. That's what led me to do that first video that I did where I was
respect that, dog. That you know, to me, I get a lot of people that try to criticize, but for you to actually take my program and give an honest review and give kudos, man, because in this community we don't get a lot of people that will come out and say it. So, man, I really respected the shit out of it. I said, damn, I was like, bro, that's a solid motherfucking video.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta have more people out here doing that, because a lot of these niggas, you know what I'm saying, use this chat GPT shit to write reviews and then have Zapier go post it for them. Yep. So when you look at these people's reviews, that shit is fake. So that's why, like, when I did mine, I explained, like, if you look at Tony's program, you'll see people signing up in every day, May 24th, May 23rd, 2023, all the way back to February 10th, I think is when I got mine, 2021. You can see all them comments is in there. So there ain't no chat GP niggas talk about let's go already. Like, chat GPT don't speak like the culture. But then when you look at a lot of these other dudes shit, it's like, was the most outstanding course I've ever taken. The curriculum was above average, 5 stars, highly recommended. It's like some chat GPT robot shit. And then they don't know that when you go click on them people's names, it'll take you to their email address. Them email addresses be like abc934@zfw.onion or some bullshit like that. So
also, to another thing, what's more important?
I didn't even know they did that.
But also, too, lot of these people, they only made money during the pandemic. There's no real proof of concept with what they like they have not spent enough time in the particular field that they're trying to teach in to actually be proficient enough, right? Like, think about it. Malcolm Gladwell said in the book The Outliers that you need at least 10,000 hours in a particular subject matter or field to be a master. Most of these people have not been in real estate long enough to be an expert. They haven't experienced a recession. They haven't experienced higher interest rates. So they don't know how to approach business from a macro perspective, which is why, go ahead.
The last time somebody talked about a recession and all these people riding that recession-proof wave that Tony started, these niggas was in junior high the last time when the housing bubble crashed. They was in junior high worried about free lunch and getting their coming home and doing chores and shit. These niggas wasn't even out here getting no money. And then the people who get money during the pandemic, they weren't getting real money. All they was doing was putting courses out around tax time, putting courses out when we was getting stipends, putting courses out when they announced PPP forgiveness and shit. None of these, bro.
And they can't cite their sources too, right? One thing I've learned very quickly is that if you're presenting research and information, I should be able to research the researcher.
Like the conversation
whenever you're
we had in the DM about the leisure shit.
Exactly. Like if you and I are having a conversation about something, like, you should be able to lean on other peers and other individuals who have done the due diligence so that I can go behind you and verify the things that you are teaching. Many of these people are just taking little quote unquote loopholes that worked for them and then going ahead and trying to create a course on a mass level. So, like, for example, running these credit union plays, right? That may have worked for you as an individual. What do you think is going to happen when you have 50,000, 60,000, 100,000 people going to the same credit union trying to run the same exact play that you ran around the same time? They're going to shut it down. But see, like I said before, many of you are not three-dimensional thinkers, which is why we run into the problems that we run into. Like I was saying earlier, you know, they love to throw that term out, agent, you're an agent, you're a self-hating black man. Yet they never ask themselves, where did all these people come from? Why are they all being introduced to you from the Breakfast Club? Why do all of them have the same similar story, that they've been to prison, that they're a 3-time felon, et cetera, et cetera? Maybe the same people that are trying to save the culture are probably the problem with the culture, right?
If you want to,
because they're,
if you want to hide something, if you want to hide something from black man, put it in a book.
Yep.
And one of the things that niggas don't like to do is read. Anytime I've ever put my money into somebody, including Tony, and before I spent a dime on someone's course, I started doing my due diligence and looking into their results. Because I got a dope lifestyle. Like, I made a bunch of crypto money back before niggas was having Bitcoin, every fucking thing ever. Like, we've been in Bitcoin since 2011. So life's been good. But even, like, I bought so many fucking courses that, you know what I'm saying, just trying to make these 6, 7 different streams of income. I find Tony shit, so I'm like, all right, cool. I've been watching his content for a while. One of the things that I admired the most about Tony was he was the only nigga out that didn't put lifestyle first. It was content forward. It was actually a system. It was him showing people how to do shit that can then transition into a lifestyle. Everybody else does lifestyle shit. The Turo nigga that I was talking about in the video I did after I was talking about y'all shit, this nigga used his mom as a prop. He rented her a Bentley Bentayga, took it to her, rented a bow, the little magnetic bow you put on the hood, dropped it off, had a videographer with the nigga, showed her like, oh yeah, this is for you, mom, for, you know, being a single mom, raising me, being my father and mother, doing all this bullshit. Mom take the shit to church on Sunday, show the shit off. This nigga come back and repossess it from her on Monday. Talk about, hey, we got to go turn that back in. Now mom done gifted her car to like some of those, what do you call them, where you like just come pick the car because you don't want it no more. Now mom don't have a car. So he go put her in a 2020 Honda Accord. But this nigga got millions of dollars from Turo money running Airbnbs and shit. Like, so seeing that, like that type of stuff triggers me, bro.
Who the hell is that?
Pusher Man Mitch. Chargeback Charlie. So, and like just seeing how these niggas is doing people, bro, that shit is trash to me. So it kind of it dead ass triggered me. So now I told him, like when I first made the point, like, all right, I'm gonna start putting content out for everybody, like these event space niggas that act like they got 45 fucking event spaces doing $10,000, $15,000 a weekend, on event space and shit. But then when you actually go look at their income and paperwork, all their money coming from these fucking courses. They're not making money doing what they selling courses for.
Yep.
Like, and you, again, I shouted you out, Eli, because I was trading before I found your platform, bro, but you taught me a lot just going through the university. So again, appreciate that. But like you, Q Banks,
Q Banks is a beast. I was trading with Q Banks back. Nasty. I knew about Q Banks back since 2014, 2015. Exactly. And that's one of the key things too, right? A person needs to have longevity in what they're doing. You see people like me and Tony laugh about this all the time. Yo, they'll go take a course and in 60 days they teaching the course. You don't even have proof. You haven't even filed the fucking tax return yet with the information.
These niggas ain't even got a check yet. Like,
and you out here trying to teach it already.
They ain't even got a check yet trying to teach some shit. Like, but then too, look, another dude in the stock market, Chris Johnson, he cold. Like, you see how all his NVIDIA plays today, they have 26,000%.
And let me cut you up though, bro, right? Look at that. We naming people, yet they're not on these platforms. We naming people that know they shit, that make money in they shit, and they're not on these platforms. What does that tell you about the state of the culture? What does it take for people to get on these platforms? What is the criteria? What is the vetting process? See, this becomes the problem where, again, people say, oh, you're trying to always hate on people. I'm not hating. What I'm doing is I'm speaking to those who see what I see. I'm not speaking to the fast money crowd. I'm not speaking to the people who I need the Cuban on and a bust down rollie to get your attention. Because if I need those things to get your attention, I know I'm going to need those things to keep your attention. Because the minute that you don't get those things, then you're not going to go through the course, 100%. Right? See, I'm looking for people who really want to learn.
I hate when people lead with the lifestyle because it tends to lead to folks who don't have it. It gives them that sense like it's too late, like because they see where you at. So you know what I'm saying, people with that mindset, they'll see, all right, you got, you know what I'm saying, the big body, you know what I'm saying, Benz, Tony got the, you know what I'm saying, the Cullinan. They'll see somebody else with the Aventador or the Hurricane, and they feel like it's too late for them, so they don't even want to start. Then they get decision paralysis. So now they got all this information, but won't ever execute on it. They won't never do nothing with it. They'll pay for a course, even if it's a good one. Imagine how many people bought y'all courses and they made one trade or they did one fucking cold call to saying to find a property, but they spent the $200 not even knowing they're saying they got gold in them, or they spent saying what your course cost and got the shit in them, whatever. So you know what I'm saying, it's a lot. That's a lot.
But you know the funny thing though, what I do, man, before I even get started, I tell people, man, trading is going to be one of the hardest things you ever do in your life. It's going to be one of the being an entrepreneur is not easy. It is rumored between 65 to 90% of businesses that get started, they fail within their first year. See, many of you got started investing and becoming an entrepreneur in the middle of a bubble. So you think everything's easy. You think you're just supposed to buy this coin and it go up 200% in a matter of a week. You know, you're supposed to just get on here. The first 2 calls you make, boom, you got a real estate deal. And a lot of that also, too, comes from the way that things are marketed to people, which why we as a culture, we got to get together because see, here's what's going to happen. If we don't get together and start calling out the foolishness, then what's going to happen is no one's going to trust anyone. And we're going to lose business now. And no one's going to want to buy courses. No one's going to want to be an entrepreneur because you're trying to sell it to them like this is the dope game, like this is the crack game, like you just post up on the corner and the fiends are going to run to you, you make money. And that's not the way business is conducted. Business is not no goddamn drug game. As soon as I start hearing stuff like that and I see stuff like that, my antennas go up because any person who truly knows business and understands business will tell you this is going to be some of the hardest shit you ever go and embark on in your life.
This shit ain't for the weak. So,
with that being said, though, I got some business I got to go tend to with my students. So I'm going to hop over here, man. I appreciate everything, man. I'll be back on here later. I know Tony will be back on here later, you know, because I'm pretty sure more receipts are going to come through. More transactions are going to come through.
My DM is going crazy right now.
And I guarantee you tonight there'll be 2,000-3,000 people on here because, see, here's the funny thing. And I said this before. Time reveals all. It's a reason why the powers that be give you ineffective leaders like Jay, like Umar, like Polite, like Big Business, like people like Caesar. You know why? Because they know the minute you put a person like that in leadership, they're not going to get shit done. They love to give you these Hotepi, back to Africa, red, black, and green, B1 fools. You know why? Because guess what they're going to do? The minute they get your money, they're going to fuck off your money because they're not real leaders. These are internet-based leaders. At the end of the day, they cannot stand on none of the things that they're teaching you. If the shit that they're trying to tell you and teach you didn't work for them, then how the fuck is it going to work for you?
Oh, girl earlier say when she got that 97.5 from Buddy, he was in the DR the very next day. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was a lot. Like, if you owe me some bread,
nigga, you get my money, and the next day you goddamn partying, nigga. I'm looking at you to use my money for the trip.
By default, that's all it could be. Cause you get 100,000 from me, and all of a sudden you in the DR the next day. Nah, I need to see that your itinerary was booked. You know what I'm saying, weeks prior, before. You know what I'm saying, we don't have a problem. But again, it's a lot of this shit going on. I appreciate that you use your platform to get some of these to shine light on people. And it's funny how so many of these people going to bat for these niggas don't even know them. There was a nigga in my video talking about in DJ Envy, like I don't know that nigga. I just know what was put out there. I know that he put Buddy on his platform. I watched the EYL episode when it came out. I was like, damn, this is cool. This is cool. Black man doing great shit. And now all of a sudden this nigga done scam people out of millions of dollars. That's tough.
Yeah, that's a crazy turn. And the crazy part about it is, like, man, I always say this stuff is like these guys get put in a position that, like, if they just honored the position, you could be legends. Like, if you actually just came out and executed the work and did what you're supposed to, definitely when we were in a damn bubble, man, you guys would be legends, man. The amount of money you was able to get, and these guys, man, come on. Like, I just feel bad. I feel bad for these people.
It's short-term thinking. If people don't think 10 years out, they think you're 10 months out, trying to figure out. Somebody said these trucking gurus. Man, listen.
Man, I got a whole laundry list of shit, man. I'm talking about this. I didn't even. My DM is out of control right now. These niggas done really send me every scammer in the industry.
Hey, you might as well go ahead and just try to create a chat bot to put up a website. You know what I'm saying? www.theseniggasscamme.com or something. So that way you streamline, automate going through all these receipts and shit. Because once you start opening the floodgates, it's like when motherfuckers, we doing what them hoes did to Bill Cosby. As soon as one girl started talking, everybody started talking. So now, as soon as one person got scammed by this Caesar nigga, now look, everybody coming out. You done made yourself the boogeyman of exposing people.
Why y'all picking on me, man? I was eating protein bars. And they good as fuck. I ate 2 protein bars, 220 calories. I'm in shape. Y'all can't, 200 calories. Y'all can't fuck with me right now. I'm in here getting a 6-pack. Come on, leave me alone. They like, Tony, you want to get more food? I wasn't eating food. I was eating protein bars.
Damn. Why everybody on Dio head? I mean, never mind. I know why. I'm not going to ask. But yeah, it's sad out here, bro. Like, yeah, never mind. I'm not going to ask. I'm going to send you a screenshot of somebody asking me about him, and I'm like, listen, I've never met the man personally, but I did pay for his course, and I will tell you that there is another person with the same course.
For 4 hours, that's cap. Yeah. I ain't break my fast until like 20 minutes ago. I haven't ate anything all day. You capping. See, I was doing intermittent fasting, so I was hungry as fuck because I ain't ate all day.
Hey, they said Buddy was on the Steve Harvey show.
Who?
Scam. Not the credit nigga, the DJ Envy homeboy.
Oh damn.
I don't know how I missed that.
I ain't see that.
Legit.
I didn't see that one. But I mean, when you got relationships, man, you can get whatever you want.
Yeah. Hey, how you feel about like how cliquish this guru influence?
That's all it is, bro. Like, it's click. If you in a click, they're gonna try to because they don't want you to make the click look bad, they try to cover it. Like, all of them is running together, man. You know, niggas hit me up. You know, I got a couple phone calls last night as this shit came out. You know, everybody hit me up. All the people that's in the clicks, they're like, "Yo, what's up, bro? Can we, like, what's going on?" Like, everybody, like, whoa, nigga, like you over here tapping on big dogs right now. Like, nah, bro, these niggas is taking people money.
So they crowdfunding each other's scams.
Bro, I don't know what the levels of this shit is, honestly. Like, shit, it's a lot of it's some layers to this shit that I feel like when people get all the details, nigga, y'all gonna be like, goddamn, because niggas is talking to me, but some of this shit way out of my league, nigga. I ain't my job to do nothing beyond that.
Hey, you should pull up to Invest Fest in August.
Man, I might, maybe if they invite me, man, should I? I gotta get an invite, man. I don't go where I ain't getting no invite.
Nah, bro, I don't think you on none of them niggas' Christmas list, my boy. I don't think that none of that shit finna happen no way.
No, me and Rashard talked about doing a sit down and talking about like EYL and their responsibility with a lot of this stuff. I think like when I talked to him today, he had some very valid points. Y'all can tag Rashard, you can tell him. He said some things to me that was I kind of had to look at his perspective, and I think it was real and honest. He was like, man, I can't predict, who's going to do something wrong. He said, man, we bring in people who are getting like they're either coming in based off popularity, somebody's tagging and saying that they want to have them on the show. And he was like, if they're coming in with certain people, he's like, man, DJ Envy's a huge name. Like, like seeing somebody come in like that, like, bro, I'm like, he's going to give him an opportunity to come on the platform. It's a good interview for him. He was like, you got to think about it, man. We got like 200 and something plus interviews. We got, single digits and people that have scammed people. Obviously, those people have big names, but he's like, it's single digits, man. So like, are we supposed to be viewed as scammers off by these single digits and numbers? Or are we looking at the full picture of who's been on the platform? And I told him my honest answer. I said, I think that what you're doing is a great job first and foremost. I think, but you gotta be more present when you find out about these people, so you can let your investors know or your followers know you found out details that could impact them. Like, it's not your responsibility that somebody scammed, but it is your responsibility to put your people in the know so they don't continue to get preyed upon. And that's the thing that I talk about. I was like, hey, man, we can't, like, nobody can be perfect in interviews. You're never going to be able to know all the details. You're never going to know who's actually doing legitimate business. Somebody can look and give you an impression that they are legitimate. They can have property. They can have deeds. They can have, structure that would be presentable and enough that you would deem that person is legit. And then they just go off and do something rogue. So I think being fair to EYL, I don't want to just stump them out and act like they're the worst things. They have had, people who come that haven't been the best people to have there, but they've also created a dope ass platform. I just think that it becomes like finding a balance of how do you address the negative shit. How do you handle when people are misleading you people and doing the wrong thing? So they have to just do that piece, and I think they'll be all right, man. But they did a great job. I'm not here to tear down EYL platform. I think that until I find out that they've done something that they were like involved in scamming,
so it was willfully negligent in. But you said if they acknowledge it on their platform, I mean, that's really all it is. Because I mean, it's like if you was out here backing someone and they went and you put your name out there and your reputation on them, and people was going out there and investing on them on the strength of that. I mean, it's kind of like what someone in the chat said, your fiduciary responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, listen, I know I said this and this about Buddy, but, he's his own man, and he's come to do some things that I don't find they're on up and up, and I just want to speak on that. So I'm going to distance myself from Buddy until, this stuff is situated. Still get a man a chance to prove himself. We ain't going to guilty before innocent. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Being black man, we definitely not going to do that. But, I mean, I would say this. 800 people ain't going to tell the same lie about the same person. Like, I don't think it's going to be as many, people just coming out here with different receipts, telling different stories that lead to the same outcome of them getting fucked out of tens and thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's tough. So I don't know how you can get from up under that. Like, again, all I take is one whistleblower, and now look at everybody else. But, bro, congratulations for you, man. I appreciate what you're doing. That's dope. As you out here, you know what I'm saying, stay on this next one. Wow. I see you had that reputation of being out here bullying people. That's why I started the review like that, because this shit was funny.
bro, it's crazy because I'm getting like this bully tag, but it's not even that I bullied anybody, man. I just been speaking out against people that did BS. Somebody said Tony cried because no one gave him a chance. Let me explain something to you. I never needed a chance. I never asked for a chance. I came out and made my name. I did it my own way, and I ain't worried about nobody's acceptance. If you know me, it's because of me. I built this brand up out the mud. Not a single person, not a cosign, not nobody had influence on this, man. So I know a lot of y'all be speaking as a fan from a perspective of people that you don't know. And I know a lot of y'all like look up to these niggas, but I can expose a lot of these niggas, bro. I really been in a room with these niggas. These niggas really know me. You notice one thing that you never heard is a nigga say that I did something to them. See, you ain't never heard nobody say TonyTheCloser did nothing fuck shit. Y'all talk about Wallow and Gilly, whoever you want to say. I can say shit about Wallow and Gilly. I'll be waiting on them to say what I did against them because it'd be a fat payday for me. It'd be a fat payday for me for a nigga to come out and even try to play in my name would be a bold-faced lie. And I know they got a lot of money, so I'd love to be able to play that wrestling game. So it's a reason if you notice, niggas ain't never came out and said, Wallow and Gilly ain't never said a motherfucking thing. They tried to talk, they had Whack 100 trying to talk for them. I've been, everything I've said, whether it was Jay, him 500, big business, even this other situation, I've always just spoke facts. And if it makes people uncomfortable, so be it. Like, I mean, but that's the reality of it.
That's tough, bro.
The fake getting exposed, man. I appreciate the love, my boy. I'm about to hop off here, man. Hey y'all, we'll be back on later for sure.
Hey, handle your business, big homie.
All right, peace.
Yep.